What if I told you you could start a legitimate consulting business for less than the cost of a decent laptop? Most people think launching a consultancy would require tens of thousands in upfront investment. That definitely doesn't have to be the case. A bit of background, I'm the sole founder of Transforming Technology, a cloud consulting business which was bootstrapped, no investment whatsoever, with minimal capital, and in our 4th year we're on track to hit £5 million revenue this year, aiming to be an 8-figure business within the next 3 to 5 years. In my world, consultancies have normalised slow and over-budget cloud programs, but that doesn't make it acceptable. Most firms profit from keeping projects complicated and slow. We profit from making things simple and fast. That's the driver behind me starting Transforming Technology. So, what does it actually cost to get started? The good news is a lot more accessible than you might think, and you can scale your investment based on your budget and timeline. As a true Scotsman, I kept costs tight initially, then reinvested revenue back into the business as we grew. In this video, I'll break down every cost from the essentials you need on day one to the investments that accelerate your growth. And of course, this is just what I've done. There's no right or wrong. There's a load of different tools and a vast cost difference depending on what your budget is, but generally you get what you pay for. You can start lean as I did and invest more as you grow. The essentials. These are non-negotiable, but they're also surprisingly affordable. Company registration. Once you've chosen your company name and checked domain availability, it's £50 to register on Companies House. Straightforward online process set up within 24 hours. There's also third parties that can do this for you for a fee. Basic business bank account. Some are free. Monzo, who I cannot recommend highly enough. I'm a personal and business Monzo customer and a super fan. I use that account for most transactions, cost me about £10 a month, and Revolut for any European transactions I'm making, also £10 a month. I have an American Express business card, which I make certain business purchases on to accumulate Avios points. I've never been business class on a plane, but I will soon because I've been racking up the points over the last few years, and that is £250 annually. ICO data protection fee. This is required if you're handling client data, and it costs £40 annually. Basic insurance. All totally depends on the type of work you're carrying out, but you'll need coverage like professional indemnity, public liability, employer's liability. I used a broker initially to make sure I was getting the right cover. Mine originally started around £100 a month, and as we've grown, it's now around £400 per month. So far, to get going, we're only at around £90 upfront costs and £100 per month in ongoing costs. Totally manageable, and you're now your own boss. The Professional Toolkit. These investments pay for themselves quickly by making you more efficient and credible. Additional IT equipment. You probably already have a decent laptop. Add a good webcam, lighting, maybe a second monitor. Most have a working from home setup these days, so hopefully you have this covered, but I paid around £500 on some extra IT equipment. An invoicing, discounting or factoring facility. Mine is with NatWest. It's a facility that can essentially offer you a short-term loan against unpaid invoices when clients pay late. It cost me £500 per month plus the interest on the money borrowed. Virtual address and phone number. Until you have an office address, you can set up a virtual address and phone number which keeps your personal details private and looks professional. Costs around £30 per month. Terms and conditions, an important one. You can start with templates and upgrade to custom legal documents as you grow. These days you can even get ChatGPT to draw you up some basic ones to get started. Disclaimer, probably don't do that. But ask around. I would recommend try and utilise your network, friends, old colleagues that may have launched a similar business and could support you with a standard set of terms. One of the biggest lessons I've learned is you'll be surprised how much a founder is willing to support someone that's starting out. Terms can cost anything from free templates to around £3,000. Accounting software. Essential for invoicing and taxes and can integrate with your bank. I use QuickBooks and it costs me around £40 per month. Website. You can start with a professional template and enhance it over time. The key is starting out having something credible, but it doesn't need to be perfect. I started out with essentially a landing page and upgraded later down the line. Having a website built can cost anything from a couple of £100 to thousands. Email hosting. Your own domain immediately looks more professional than Gmail and costs £5 to £10 per month. I use GoDaddy, but it's expensive when scaling. Trademark. If available, you can trademark your company name for exclusive rights to that name in your industry. As your business grows, your name becomes an intangible asset, so this gives you protection and supports expansion. I trademarked Transforming Technology for a one-off fee of £170. The growth accelerators. These aren't essential on day one, but they significantly accelerate your professional development. Professional accountant. I cannot stress enough that a good accountant is worth every penny for preparing tax returns, reviewing your financial operations, tax optimization and business advice. It will save you so much time and stress to focus on building your business. I started out paying £100 a month and that's grown to just around £300 per month as our revenue has increased. Enhanced branding. Logo, brand guidelines, professional design helps you compete with established firms. A wide variance in costs, anywhere from low cost or even free basic things by AI to thousands of pounds depending on your budget and business need. I use Quail Design for all my design stuff and they're great to work with and fit within my budget. CRM system. Anywhere from free to thousands. Crucial to centralise customer data and for collaborating and automating. This will allow you to sell more, serve better and grow faster. I was previously with Vincere for £100 per month and now with HubSpot it only cost me £15 per month. That cost will undoubtedly grow significantly as we scale and connect more of our tech stack. And there are additional costs when you start using tools for project management, outreach and prospecting, web data capture, data enrichment, research and reporting. LinkedIn license. A hot topic as I did try and cancel my upgraded license this year, which I'm paying almost £500 per month for. But for the moment, it is the leading network tool, as we all know, where you can buy excellent ROI for B2B outreach and credibility. Content creation tools. Costing me £50 to £150 per month. Video editing software, design tools, AI assistants, essential for modern marketing. It could and probably is best to be a video on its own, as there's so many tools and I don't actually do my own editing, but I've tried a lot of the most popular tools and I continue to use Claude for tidying up video scripts. I went for the paid subscription, which is £18 per month. Electronic signature. I've used both DocuSign and secured signing, streamlines contract processes significantly. There's no need to print and sign legal documents, it's all done by a few clicks. £25 to £40 per month. The optional enhancers. Office space or co-working. Depending on budget, headcount, if you need a beer tap in there. I work out of 8 in Moorgate and Bank, which is a members club, and I pay around £2,000 per year, which I think is great value, a super cool place to work out of. Great for productivity and client meetings, but home office works fine initially, which is what I did. Professional videos and equipment. Using marketing companies or better equipment improves content quality, but smartphone cameras are surprisingly good now, so don't let that stop you making the leap into content and it needing to be expensive kit to start. I worked with IAM Productions on my first batch of videos, which you'll see on my featured posts on LinkedIn or on my website. 4 long form videos, 10 short form, and them setting up my YouTube channel cost me around £15,000. Then I bought some new equipment to film on my own, a new camera, lights, a teleprompter for certain videos. I spent around £1,500 on that. Doing some DIY filming in either 8 Club or my own home office with my own stuff keeps the cost down. I gave video editing a try and very quickly formed a high level of respect for people that do that as a craft. It's very difficult and takes a lot of time that I don't have when trying to scale a business. So I have an editor who was recommended to me, who's not based in the UK, but coincidentally, he was coming across to the UK for the first time this week, so we decided to shoot some videos together. So Salman is behind the camera, and I pay a monthly retainer of roughly £1,500 to have around 8 videos per month edited by Salman and his team. Legal retainer. Helpful for contract reviews. I use a lawyer, just pay as you go, but you can get retainers for around £3,000 to £8,000 annually to cover a small business. Paid ads. You can run ad campaigns to build visibility for your business and drive leads. Depends a lot on what you're selling. Marketing businesses may spend huge amounts on ad spend. I dabbled with using LinkedIn ads earlier in the year to generate visibility, and I had a budget of around £250 per month. Networking and conferences. There are free ones, but they're filled with salespeople. Going to a couple of paid ones per year in the UK, you'd be likely to spend £500 to £2,000. Valuable for relationship building and keeping tabs on the cutting edge of your industry, but start with local events and virtual options. Own company events. Great for building your own network, strengthening relationships, and position yourself as a leader in your market. You also give back to your community by giving them new connections and insight into the industry, and free pizza and beer. Depending on your budget, I'd be expecting to spend anywhere from £500 for a small gathering to £5,000 for a bigger event. Communities. I joined a founders community called Founder On, which is excellent for bringing people together who are either on the same journey or they've been there, offering guidance, support, tips on everything you can imagine to do with running a business. And shockingly, they only charge £15 per month, which is huge value for what you get connected to. I'm also part of the Content Club, which is a mix of full-time content creators and business owners who create content, i.e. me. There's lots of ways to share ideas, get inspiration. They hold events, advice on equipment, editing, social media, scripting, provide feedback on each other's videos. The community really come together for everyone to get better each day. I pay around £250 per quarter for that. Client expenses. You'll have travel, meals, that type of thing. Build that into your costs. The fun part, entertaining. My budget is now around £8,000 to £10,000 a year for meeting clients, coffees, lunches, dinners, nights out, contractor parties. It's the part I love. People buy from people, but also people sell to people. Don't do business with someone that ticks you off unless you really have to. Building a business is hard enough, never mind doing it with clients that are a pain. Work with people you enjoy talking to and having a beer or a meal with. Those entertaining expenses don't seem so expensive when you're enjoying it too. Remember, you don't need everything on day one. I started very lean and basic and added tools as the business justified the investment. The smart approach. I've learned so much over the last years. Here's how I'd approach it if I was starting again. Month 1, essential foundation only. Get terms and insurance, get basic tools, start selling. Month 3 to 6, add professional elements as the first clients come in. Better website, proper contracts, accounting system. Month 6 to 24, invest in growth tools, CRM, content creation, enhanced branding. Year 2 onwards, and this is absolutely not a hard and fast timeline. Some new businesses will hit clients and revenue quickly, some it may take years to really start to profit, where you can then optimize, invest and scale. Better office, professional services, advanced tools. The beautiful thing about consulting is that your investment pays back quickly. One good client engagement covers most of your annual setup costs. What this really buys you, these investments aren't just costs, they're accelerators. Credibility from day one. When prospects interact with you, they see a professional operation, not a side hustle. Efficiency that scales. Good tools and processes mean you spend time solving client problems and have less admin headaches. Confidence in your pricing. When your operation looks professional, you can charge professional rates without hesitation. Most importantly, it gives you the foundation to focus on what you do best, delivering an exceptional service to your clients. If you're considering making the move to consulting, start by mapping out your minimum viable setup. What do you absolutely need to serve your first client professionally? That's your starting budget. Then create a growth plan. As revenue comes in, reinvest in tools and services that multiply your effectiveness. Don't let the investment requirements discourage you. Yes, there are costs, but they're very manageable and you only need to upgrade when things get busy, which is what we're looking for. If you're already running a consultancy or thinking about starting one, I'd love to hear about your journey. What worked? What would you do differently? Drop me a message here on LinkedIn. I genuinely enjoy these conversations and I'm always happy to share insights about building a successful consulting practice. The investment and the pressure is real, but so is the opportunity. With the right foundation and smart choices, you can build something to be proud of. If you made it all the way to the end of this video and enjoy this type of content, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. I'll link it below. Thanks for watching and good luck.